It's been a while since I've done 2 Cardano videos in a row, but I'm excited to do it. Right now, in terms of crypto, and this is why I'm doing it, Cardano has the hottest narrative with where we are in the cycle. I'm not just talking about the zoomed out charts right now and where we're on the cycle. This is exciting. I'm excited to kind of go over the data here on Cardano Weekly. And we're even going to zoom in on the daily price action, where support, what the next leg up could look like. But it's just in terms of what is going on with Cardano right now, with headlines, with news, with positioning, the fundamentals of it, all tying into my long-term thesis for Cardano. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. Let's just jump into it. So speaking of the headlines, I saw Angry Crypto reposted this. This is sentiment in terms of crypto discussions on X, Reddit, all the socials. Bitcoin is leading the way as usual. Cardano in pink is seeing a massive rise compared to usual, while Ethereum and Dogecoin are nearly non-existent. So you can see pink on this chart, the social volume for Cardano, just getting a very nice move. There's obviously in teal Bitcoin making moves, but this really plays into why I'm doing another video. Right now, there's a lot of talk from different angles related to Cardano, and I wanted to go through some of those things. Here's Tap Tools posting a video of Charles. Listen to this.
To Microsoft, who may actually come in and collaborate with us. To Microsoft, who may actually come in and collaborate with us.
Collaboration with Microsoft. So this was posted today. Here's a headline. Cardano founder meeting, very special person in late February. We just covered this, but this is a current headline of the week. We've already noted in yesterday's video, it's March 1st. The meeting got moved to March 1st. And speaking of that, a little bit of an update, Angry Crypto Show. Shout out to Angry Crypto lately. Just bringing the headlines, just bringing the meat of the news for Cardano. Founder Charles Hoskinson drops new hint responding to a question about whether the person worked at McDonald's last year. And here's the post. Is it possible the person you're meeting with worked at McDonald's last year? Obviously referring to Trump. And we have a little bit of a speculative, we can have some speculation about Charles' answer to that, right? Hinting at potentially. I don't know. Obviously, this news, Grayscale files for Cardano ETF, its first standalone ADA product. I don't know if you notice as I'm going through these things, the tides are shifting, and it's all geared towards the quality of Cardano. These aren't like shallow headlines at all. Here we go with Angry Crypto again. And shout out not only to him, but also to Cryptos Are Us, just been straight up covering Cardano a lot lately. Check this clip.
Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, tied with Doge. Charles is getting involved. Look at this. VIP dinner got moved from the 22nd to the 1st. So the super important meeting.
Huge content creator covering Cardano consistently. Here's another one. Check it out, because now we're going to pivot. We're going to look at the charts. Cryptos R Us knows what's up.
Setting up the same pattern as they did in the last cycle before they shot up to the moon. So last cycle they hit almost, I think, $4 or something. They're setting themselves up to get back to their previous high and go up even more.
I love his fractals going up to like $10 or so. You can kind of see it there. So what he charted there, though, and what he has is kind of like, it speaks to what I want to show you on the zoomed out, and the headlines are tracking this too. It's not just my analysis of Cardano in the long term. Cardano showing signs of potential rebound as key indicator flashes a buy signal. And this is Ali Charts talking about the buy signal, I guess. And so it's not just me. There's other analysts just eyeing this up as well. But when I looked at Cryptos R Us charts, and I want to really be clear before we really dive into this weekly and then look at the daily short-term price action, I was wrong about something. And I was wrong in doing a comparison. And I don't know, I don't remember exactly when it was, but I think it was back here. We were looking at this move back here, this beautiful move, right, out of the bear market lows. And this was a while ago, but I'm pretty sure I was doing this. And I was looking at this RSI getting overbought, right? Pre-halving, getting overbought. And then I was looking at this move back here. right? This really nice move, getting overbought. And I think I was doing comparison and I was kind of like, man, we're really kind of ahead of the game here in terms of the Cardano move. And I think that was wrong. I don't think I was bringing into play enough macro indicators. And I think that just obviously is not how this has played out at all when we're actually looking back on this chart. Because if you really look at it, and maybe this is wrong, I don't know. But I'm really looking at what Cryptos R Us charted here, his consistencies across cycles. And I charted it in just a little bit of a different way. But really, this move right here, similar to this move back here, the exit out of the bear market. And then we had a COVID dip. But if you look at it from a cycle perspective, obviously it's kind of like an inverse head and shoulders, right? Set up on the macro. And you notice how it's a little bit different timeline wise, right? This left shoulder is a little bit closer to halving, the head happening after halving, and the right shoulder right now, potentially, right? So look at this. The right shoulder breakout last cycle, timeline wise, was 238 days after the Bitcoin halving. And if we're looking at it already, we can see we're already kind of past that, right? 238 days was really the beginning of the right shoulder, not the right shoulder breakout. If we get the continuation for crypto and crypto breaks out, and there's no guarantee this plays out, everybody, I just want to say that. Always talk about that. And we'll kind of look at where we want to see support. But if this plays out and we get a breakout for Cardano, we might not get the neckline breakout this cycle until 329 days or so after the Bitcoin halving. So you can see how that could be like 100 days after, or this entire pattern kind of running 100 days, behind last cycle. But either way, if you look at the setup and the consolidation of it, it really does look like, man, even look at ADA on the weekly, the moving averages, the consolidation right now between the 50 and the 20 in green. This is what was happening back here in this right shoulder consolidation between the 20 and the 50. And to give you a sense, it was months of sideways right here. Are we going to go into some type of similar holding pattern like that for months? Sideways, just bouncing around this area? I don't know. But right now, what I'm absolutely looking for, and it's a little intimidating to put this out there, because oftentimes lately, it seems like when we're tracking a certain pattern or something, it just diverges. The pattern does not play out. We get some kind of broken pattern. So we are so close to like this right shoulder. And I don't know if it's going to confirm or not. Like this isn't in inverse head and shoulders yet, but it would be phenomenal if it actually does play out right in this fashion. But let's talk about that for a moment. We're obviously on the weekly. We want to see consolidation between the 50, which is around 57 cents, and the 20, the green and the blue. This is what happened last cycle at this moment. If we go to the daily chart, you can just see that even on the daily, like if we're looking at the previous head swing low, swing high, back down, look at this Fibonacci retracement, right? That green channel is basically what we're looking for. So swing low, swing high, that green channel retracement. If I zoom in, look at that insane wick down to the 786. And right now we're just testing the upper end, a 618. But if we go to last cycle in that right shoulder move, check it out. We have the COVID swing low. So basically COVID swing low to swing high. We have ADA revisiting and testing the 618. So this is the channel we want to test and just see support, whether it's the 786, the 618. We just want to see support. And it would be phenomenal if we get just kind of a similar just move like this, right? So from this moment at the 618, it was just higher highs and higher lows before the big breakout, right? So if we go look at the chart now, it's kind of like that would be very nice. And this is the thing. I just don't know. I don't know if markets are going to allow that, right? Like we have to take into account macroeconomic factors. What's the dollar doing? How's this Q1, Q2 going to play out? So there might be more pain involved before we're just getting that really nice exit out of this consolidation. So I just want to be very mindful of that. And even on the daily, it's kind of like on the short term. Are we going to keep testing this 20, the 50? Is there going to be rejection there? Can ADA get back above that area? That's a very key area. But notice, if I go back to last cycle in the move, we can see that there was some obvious, contention around those two moving averages, up and down and around the 20 and the 50. But if we can very simply just take the fractal from that swing low to breakout. If I can get it over there, please bear with me. And we can say, there's our swing low, and it does not have to look similar, right? But you can just see maybe we come down and we're testing again in the 60s, but ultimately we're looking for just maybe some tests at the 50 and the 20 in this region, but ultimately just the breakout above. Now, what I want to mention on this short-term chart is, yeah, there's our macro Fibonacci, right? From the head swing low to the neckline swing high. But we have another kind of area that we've been kind of watching. If we change this to a 6 hour, we can kind of get a sense of it, right? So shorter term Fibonacci. And really, it doesn't matter. You can take the wick swing low of capitulation to that very first swing high, or even the second swing high. We have a Fibonacci support that we have to continually be on the lookout for, because this last little move down, we've not hit it yet. So that is, on the short term, 63 cents at the 618 to around 57 cents at the 786. That is so meaningful, right? So ADA might come down and test that area. The reason why it's meaningful is, guess what is there? We have the 50-week moving average right around 50, it is right there, right around 58 cents, right? 57 to 58 cents. So that is that Fibonacci that we just looked at on the short term. On the weekly, this is what it looks like. That wick swing low, swing high, and here's the higher low Fibonacci, the basically the lower end of that Fibonacci. So that's a really big area that needs to hold for support. And if it doesn't, we're going to have to discuss. I don't want to make that video, but maybe I'm going to have to. And that's just something I'm prepared for. But that's everything I'm looking for on the price action of ADA right now. So yeah, we're at 77 cents. We might dip another 20 cents. And we still have this bull environment in play. So something to prepare for. Ultimately, when we're really looking at these charts, and again, going back to the daily, just to kind of sum it up, it would be phenomenal to see ADA get above those moving averages. The 50, 93 cents, the 20-day moving average is 83 cents. And notice really what's ultimately right there as well, right around 77 cents, right where ADA is right now. And that's why we're probably seeing some resistance. It's the bottom of the bull market doors, a very important area for ADA just to get back above. So these are my thoughts today. Everybody, zoom out. There's going to be a lot of volatility on the short term. Prepare for it all. Hit the subscribe and like. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, turn those notifications on and get notified as I continue to make content in the volatility of crypto. So I appreciate you being here. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.